Hey, thanks for joining. Today I'll show you how Conic can be used to check incoming IFC and Revit models and where necessary rectify incorrect or missing data. This can be done in several ways. One of the methods is to use the Browse panel, which can be completely configured using any data inside your model. For example, it can be used to quickly check on location data. For instance, I can see I have two buildings here, building 2, building 1, and then some entities that are not part of a building, which in this case is correct because it's just part of the site. Let me also do a quick check of the different stories. So I'll just reconfigure the browser a bit and select my stories one by one to do a quick visual check. Looks like there are some doors on the 7th floor which aren't physically on the 7th floor, so maybe I want to rectify this. To do that, I'll just put them in scope and I'll select these incorrectly positioned doors and put them in the correct location using the inspect panel. So it looks like these are positioned on the 7th floor, where actually they should be on the ground floor, like so. That's better. As I mentioned before, this can be completely configured, so you can group and filter on any kind of property or other data. For example, let's filter on only doors. So I will filter on those objects that have the class door, and I will group them by property fire rating. I can quickly check which property values of this fire rating property are in my model for the doors. And I can see there are some different values here. Actually, there are some doors that have a fire rating of 1 hour, but it looks like the syntax of the property value is not always very consistent. There's 3 different types of doors with 1 hour fire rating. Let me just select them and actually make sure the syntax is correct over all their doors. I can also see there are a few doors that don't have a fire rating. So I can just fill this in like this. Let's say 2 hours. Okay, that looks better. If I want to have quick visual feedback on all these doors together, I can actually use the report panel and use color coding. So let me just colorize all the doors based on their fire rating. So I now have 3 different color codes, yellow, orange, and green, depending on the fire rating that's applied to these doors. These color codes can be applied for any kind of property, any data that's within the model, so it can be a really useful thing to do quick visual checks. So using this method, you can quickly check all the data fields in your model, make sure everything is correct. And if you want to make sure everything is consistent across your models in your projects, you'll have to use project libraries, which is the topic of the next video, so be sure to check that out. Thanks for watching and goodbye.